Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Toga gives update on level of implementation of 4 bilateral agreements between Nigeria and China. Kano State government pinpoints human capital development as antidote to unemployment, empowers more than 5,000 women. A peep into Nigeria's judiciary in 2024 is also in focus. Warm welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. I am Vivian Ezadifi. President Bola Tinubu has received Chinese Minister of Foreign Affairs Wang Yi at the State House. Wang Yi is in Nigeria as part of his tour of Africa. The visit is aimed at strengthening bilateral relations between China and Nigeria, fostering cooperation in key areas such as trade, investments, and infrastructure development. Wang Yi's visit is expected to deepen diplomatic ties, promote mutual understanding, and explore new avenues for collaboration. For agreements reached between Nigeria and China are currently at various stages of implementation, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Toga, along with his Chinese counterpart, Wang Yi, both have reaffirmed their commitments to formalizing the strategic partnerships into a constructive one to mutually benefit the two countries. Gadwa Natala reports.
Clear intent is displayed here as Yusuf Toga warmly receives the Chinese foreign minister at the ministry for high-level talks to deepen bilateral cooperation across key sectors of both economies. The visit also signals China's support for Nigeria has yielded positive results. Before a closed-door session, Yusuf Toga, who doubled as an interpreter, affirms that Nigeria's diplomatic engagements with China had been free from disputes.
More so, our cooperation has yielded fruitful results in various fields, including trade, investment, infrastructure development, and cultural exchange.
The minister recalled the state visit of President Tinubu to China from 3rd to 4th September 2024, during which 4 MOUs were signed.
Nigeria reaffirms its commitment to the terms of the MOUs, which are currently at various stages of implementation.
China's Foreign Affairs Minister Wang Yi promised to further pursue development by exploring other key areas of collaboration in driving growth.
My visit this time is to further the tradition of the Chinese foreign minister visiting Africa as the first overseas visit of the new year. It is also to discuss with my African friends how to deliver on the important common understandings reached at the FOCAC Beijing meeting in Nigeria.
The two parties are also expected to further find ways of implementing the resolutions of the FOCAC Beijing meetings, particularly the 10 partnership actions, which is another focal area to deepen trade and investment between the two countries. In Abuja, Garib Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
Preparations have begun at the National Arcade ahead of the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day to honor the bravery, courage, sacrifice, and legacy of the fallen heroes. Olatide Bello has details.
The morning air was crisp and the sun had barely begun to rise when the soldiers gathered in the heart of the town. Eagle Square area was cordoned with the sole purpose of rehearsing for the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, a solemn occasion where the nation pays tribute to the heroes who had laid down their lives for freedom. The preparation parade was the highlight of the day, a symbol of respect for the fallen and a reminder of the sacrifices made. As the military band began to play, the sound of drums and brass filled the air, resonating through the street. The soldiers marched in perfect unison, their boots echoing on the pavement. Each step was deliberate, each movement precise, a silent salute to those who had made the ultimate sacrifice. It wasn't just a rehearsal, it was a promise that the sacrifices made by the fallen would never be in vain. Officers and men of the armed forces are putting in finishing touches to come up with a top-notch parade come 15th of January 2025 on Olajide Bello, NTA News.
The Ministry of Defense is proposing a mortgage housing welfare for troops to meet their housing needs, boost their morale and enhance their efficiency. This was disclosed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Ambassador Gabriel Tanimu Aduda, while on a working visit to the Defense Headquarters.
Drawing from international best practices to see how we can help the armed forces better position to enjoy stronger welfare provisions. One of such is for us to see very quickly if we also can begin to think in the area of a military mortgage formation that caters strictly for the military. And if we have it excised and we run with that, perhaps more of our officers will not only have houses while serving, but so that when they are done serving our great nation, they will have where to retire to.
The Permanent Secretary reiterated the ministry's commitments to support the armed forces operations through provisions of equipment and improve working environment. The General Officer commanding 6th Division Nigerian Army, Major General Jamal Abdul Salam, has declared commitment towards the welfare of its personnel to enable them discharge their duties credibly. He was speaking at the inauguration of several projects at 343 Artillery Regiment, Elele Barracks, River State. Diba Barisiedoma Wiki has details.
Some of the buildings and facility had deteriorated over time, hence the need to give them a facelift and remodel them to benefit the troops.
As you can see, sir, we have put on a generator just to show you that the light systems, everything is working on the clock.
Major General Jamal Abdul Salam said the projects are in line with the Chief of Army Staff Command philosophy to impact the lives of troops positively. He commended the commanding officer for 343 Artillery, Lieutenant Colonel Edward Khan, for embarking on people-oriented projects.
All the projects are projects that impact directly on the well-being of our soldiers. And the government has so many things to do, so they will not concentrate only on renovating our barracks. Therefore, we have to use the opportunity and take the initiative to also see what we can do at our own levels. It is only when we do that that we support the government and we make the lives of our soldiers better.
The inaugurated projects are a 200-meter road, physical training complex with gym hall, tennis court, renovation of corporal and below quarters, squash hall, and indoor sports and recreation center in Elele, River State. Dibabari Siedomameke, NTA News.
As the year 2025 enters full swing, an eye of reflection is cast on the judiciary sector in 2024. And guests on Good Morning Nigeria are of the belief that while there is still a gap in the smooth dispensation of justice, some big scores were recorded in judgments made and policies created. Daniel Aderie now tells us more.
From lingering litigations to landmark judgments, the judicial sector was a beehive of legal fireworks in 2024. But guests say while successes were recorded, a whole lot more could be achieved in 2025 if templates for issues like case management and recruitment are put in place and implemented.
The Nigerian judiciary, in a word, is not independent. It is just on paper that, in particular with the amendment to the Constitution, the state governors still have a lot of influence, over the disbursement of these funds. In fact, there are certain states where the formula they've derived, at the end of the day, what goes to the judiciary doesn't even take care of their salaries. Hence, they come back cap in hand to the governor So with this sort of situation, how would you say the judiciary is, is independent?
They also ascribe to the fact that, while public opinion does not shape a court judgment, public confidence is necessary in reaffirming the trust of the public in the judicial system, which in turn, they say, gives the sector validation.
I think it has gotten to a stage where maybe we'll begin to conduct polls and ask people questions as to what do you think about this, what do they think about that, not necessarily our reaction to election petitions or political cases, but cases that require some.
There is debasement of confidence of the people, more especially in the state judiciary, because unfortunately most of the judges in the state high court have made themselves to become willing tool in the hands of the state governors. So if you have any problem with the state governor, you cannot run to the judiciary and get justice.
They called for a speedier process in the dispensation of justice, as well as adopting technology, which they say promotes transparency and fairness. In Abuja, Daniel Adiriye, NT News.
Kano State government has uplifted the lives of 41,600 women over the past 7 months. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf made this known as he handed out financial assistance to 5,200 vulnerable women from the 44 local government areas of the state. Abdullahi Mustafa has the report.
These women were drawn from the 44 local government areas of Kano State as the first set of beneficiaries of the First Empowerment Program in 2025. Launched in May 2024, the program is designed to uplift vulnerable women economically, providing them with the resources to thrive. Each of them has been granted 50,000 naira to help boost their capital for various income-generating activities. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf described the initiative as a critical strategy to eliminate the financial barriers that have long hindered women from making a substantial contribution to the economy.
We must implement deliberate policies to lift millions of our citizens out of poverty.
Such efforts, he believes, are essential to creating equal opportunities and empowering women to play an active role in the society. To date, he disclosed, more than 41,000 women across the state have benefited from this program. Governor Yusuf assured that additional empowerment schemes aimed at alleviating poverty and curbing social vices are already in the pipeline. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
Yobe State government is exerting commitment to explore the enormous agricultural potentials of the states, engaging in partnership with federal government and World Bank agencies to get the best out of the vast potentials in the sector. Yunusa Suleiman reports that towards achieving desired result, a committee was inaugurated to facilitate effective land administration for smooth implementation of agribusiness investment in the state.
In the last 7 years, Yobe State government has continued to come up with initiatives and reforms in the agricultural sector, including partnering with the federal government, United Nations and World Bank agencies to enhance the agricultural productivity, a deliberate strategy to explore the potentials embedded in the sector. As a leading livestock producer in the country and blessed with vast agricultural land suitable for the cultivation of a variety of crops, drives the passion and commitment of purpose of government to embrace every opportunity that will promote gains for government and people of the state. This inauguration of 3 steering technical committees for the adoption of a framework for responsible and inclusive land-intensive agricultural program, a World Bank-funded program for agricultural promotion, is to, among others, resolve to strengthen reforms to modernize agricultural practice to pave way for increased productivity, job creation, food security, and poverty alleviation in the state.
Aim to guide land administration in a manner that will maximize the role of land in development while effectively mitigating the risk of land-based investments. It entails the land reform that will facilitate agricultural business investments in the state proper utilization of large arable land for development, availability of fertilizer and other inputs, as such as raise and encouraging capital-intensive practices.
Agriculture remains the mainstay of Yobe State economy, providing employment and income to over 70% of its population. In the Matru, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
The news desk at 6 is reaching you on NTA News 24. More reports in the moment. Please stay tuned.
NTA say thank you to all our viewers. NTA say thank you. A good TV station means different things to different people. What made NTA stand out for you in 2024?
Babu shakka, babu wani gidan talabijin a ƙasar nan da ke nuna al'adu kamar yadda gidan talabijin na ƙasa wato NTA ke nunawa.
Kò sí ibikíbi tí ẹ wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí ẹ ò ti lè wo ilé-iṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìjọba àpapọ̀ NTA kétékété kódà tó fi di abúlé wa.
Standard NTA Bacharuru Oko Okpa Okadigunwo Okuko now NTA Kalisia Kali.
Strength, information, outstanding performance. NTA got the steez.
For decades, we've towered high with sponsors as partners and viewers as pillars. And as we bid 2024 farewell, we welcome you to a superlative 2025. Because at NTA, you can't beat the reach. Oh, NTA say thank you.
Welcome back. Kogi State government has presented checks worth 34.2 million naira to victims of September 2024 GSM village fire disaster in Lokoja, the state capital. Solomon Ayedehi reports that 37 persons were compensated with various sums of money by the state government.
Following the inferno that destroyed the GSM village in Lokoja metropolis in September last year, a committee was set up by the state government with terms of reference to look into the cause of the inferno and to advise the government on any form of compensation due to the victims. This gathering here is therefore set to distribute checks to the 37 victims of the fire incident.
We went forensic, and when we went forensic we tried as much as possible to know their stocks, where they buy it from, and to see the cash flow of their various accounts.
Presenting the checks, Kogi State Deputy Governor, represented by the Special Advisor to the Governor on State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, appreciates the commitment of government to the welfare of the citizenry, urging the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the money to boost their business.
They should be more careful around where they live, where they work, so that things like this won't occur again, and make good use of what has been made available to them.
You can hear how people responded. They were all happy.
Some of the victims and their leadership expressed satisfaction with the intervention of the state government aimed at easing their plights and restoring their business.
We are going to invest it heavily in our business to multiply it so that we can use it in a way to create more rooms for employment.
The GSM village located near Kwata Market in the city center is to be relocated soon to forestall a recurrence of similar fire disaster. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News. The second-term administration of Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has no doubt recorded giant strides on road rehabilitations and reconstructions across the major cities and towns in the state. In this report, Kingsley Ononiwu takes a look at the impacts of the road revolution on the state economy.
Inception of office on January 15, 2020, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has not hidden his desire to change the ugly narrative on roads and other critical infrastructure in the state by embarking on robust road reconstructions and rehabilitation in order to make life more meaningful for the people of the state. The good story of Governor Uzodinma's first-term administration's giant strides on road projects has continued in the first year of his second term administration, which came on board on January 15, 2024, as major roads in Owerri, the Imo State capital, and those in Olu and Okigwe towns are now wearing new looks. The big question now is, how have the road renewal and reconstruction projects impacted on the state economy?
The dualization of the road makes the movement, at least motorists, everybody can move freely. It's very, very nice. A welcome development.
I think the road network is very, very good. It helps the economy to grow. So the governor did a very good work. We are satisfied with what he's doing.
Road is part of development. So looking at how everywhere is very good and is fine.
The Imo State Commissioner for Works, Ralph Nwosu, says the way the state economy is rapidly growing is a clear pointer that Governor Uzodimma's road rehabilitation and other infrastructural development programs are yielding the much needed results.
When you have free movement, when you have people going to school and they can move to school and get to school early, going to work and get to work early, business people are having their businesses, that's creating an enabling environment for business to thrive.
He also noted that the ongoing flyover project at the control post area of Owerri and the ongoing Emmanuel Iwanyanwu International Convention Center Owerri, when completed, will have more positive impacts on the state economy.
Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator 9THJANUARY, has said his administration's urban renewal program will transform Yenagoa, the state capital, into a modern city. The governor, who stated these against the backdrop of the recent relocation of interstate commercial transporters to the new state-owned transport terminal at Ibogene, warned against touting around the vicinity of the terminal, as the relocation is also expected to curb crime. Tim Neprie here completes the report.
2025. The meeting, presided over by the Bayelsa State Governor, 9THJANUARY, noted that as a state, 2024 has been successful in terms of the achievements recorded in security, infrastructure, and human capital development. However, Governor 9THJANUARY expressed concerns of some pockets of complaints on the alleged killing in Agbiri community and commended the leaders and youth for their show of maturity of not taking laws into their hands, and promised that the police has commenced the investigation and perpetrators will be brought to book.
We believe that our expectations are still far more than the successes that we have achieved in 2024. The next State Executive Council, we will begin one ministry after the other to see what you have done for 2024 and your plan for 2025.
Governor further assured Bayelsans that 2025 Yenagoa will be transformed to a new city, as his administration is set to inaugurate various projects to mark his first year in office in his second term, while embarking on new projects like the construction of the new stadium, building of the 9-story iconic state secretariat, among others.
All our plans, all our projects must be completed, including the new ones that we are about to embark on. We have hyped a new stadium, modern stadium for Yenagoa, a FIFA standard approved stadium. This January, that award must be made. Our new Yenagoa City construction of roads is in top gear, and I'm sure that some of those roads will be commissioned.
The governor commended the Commissioner for Transport, Priye Broderick, for carrying out his directive in the relocation of the new Bayelsa State Transport Terminal. Siminipri, here, NTA News.
The Benue State government is to prioritize the promotion of ideals that will enhance the peace and unity of residents of the state. Governor Hyacinth Alia emphasized this at the 2024 end-of-year peace pilgrimage held at St. John the Baptist Cathedral, Boko. Elias Itiaf reports.
Peace-building pilgrimage is an annual event put together by the Catholic Dioceses of Makudi, Boko and Katsina to seek God's interventions in challenges and to foster peace and harmonious existence amongst diverse sections of the state. The pilgrimage had in attendance religious leaders, traditional rulers under the leadership of the chairman of the State Council of Chiefs, the leadership of the Muslim community, amongst others, to chart a common front. At the closing ceremony, Governor Hyacinth Alia, who described peace building as a collective responsibility of all stakeholders, called for expansion of the program to cover all the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The governor noted that the state government is not sparing any efforts to ensure adequate security of lives and property.
In the last 1 year, 8 months, we brought out all our reconciliatory arsenals on the table to ensuring that peace returns to the borders where peace was not even heard of or experienced for many years.
Unity of purpose, to be united together, to fight insecurity, united together, to fight the enemy of our peace.
From Boko local government area, Elias Itiaf, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadifi.